So we're going to sharpen chainsaws today. I'm going to start with this chain. I found the master link, and I start with the tooth right behind the master link. This is just a good starting and stopping point. You don't have to do it this way, but especially because this one's green, most of them are not colored. It gives me a good stopping and starting point, so I know when I've got it all the way around. Make sure that the tooth you're working on has the same angle as the blade. So we're going to do one side first. We're going to skip every other tooth all the way around. And then once we're done with that, we'll turn this to go the other angle, and then we'll do the other teeth. So the first adjustment we look at is this right here. This adjusts this little guide stop, and that sets the distance between here and here. So if we pull this down and it's touching that tooth, it just needs to barely touch that. All we're doing is giving an edge to that blade. This is what does the cutting, is right here and on the side, but mostly on the top right here. So this is a guide, a gauge that keeps it from digging too deep. All we're doing is touching up that edge right there. So make sure this angle of this tooth matches the angle of the blade here. Okay, this is the stop. So we'll get to that in a second. The other adjustment, when you look at here, this doesn't go down all the way. Actually, I think I might have made the adjustment. If it doesn't go down all the way, use this stop here to adjust that. You also want to make sure it doesn't go down too far, cutting into the bottom of the, or starting into the chain instead of just on the tooth. Okay. You'll notice on the switch, there's two positions. There's forward and reverse, because you want to cut against the tooth. So you want this, when we're doing this tooth, we're going to want the blade to spin towards us, because we cut against that edge here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do one. We're also already set up at 30 degrees. That's the normal angle. Sometimes it's 35, but usually that's the normal angle, is 30 degrees. So we usually leave this set up that way. So we're going to do these, then we're going to come back and show how to do the other side, or how to set it up for the other side. So we're going to pull the switch towards us. When we pull the switch towards us, that makes this come, the bottom of it come towards us. That's how you know which way on this, on the blade. So take that real quick, and we'll show a couple, just a couple real quick. So I've got that set in. I lock it down. I also hold the bottom of the chain just to keep it tight. Pull it towards us. Make sure you have safety glasses on. Give a little touch up to the edge, just like that. That's all it takes. And then we advance it to the next tooth, lock it in, do another one, and then we'll repeat all the way around until we're done with all of this angle of tooth. Okay, so we've done all of this angle. We loosen this, and sometimes this is really, really tight, and don't use pliers, because that really messes up the handle here. That's why the strap wrench, you might have to get that on there and loosen it up. Don't get a pair of channel locks or anything like that, because that really makes it rough on the hands. And then you spin this the other direction, put it on the 30, and snug that up. You don't have to get gorilla tight, just put it to there. Okay, all the other settings should be the same, because we've already done the other side of the chain. But now we're going to work on this blade, this tooth here, which we've already gotten those. So we're going to do this tooth here. And now, again, we want this to go away from us, so we start at this edge and go through. So we're going to push the switch away from us. That puts the bottom of this down, and now you'll see the sparks go the other direction. So we just do each tooth all the way around like that.